Or we're just going out and you see like
This is the pattern for the patio that's outside. I just want to let you know how this is absolutely impossible light. The pattern of the patio. This is what is this is not the blinds. This is this patio out here, and it's appearing on the inside. That's engineered light. Okay. There is no circumstance where light is going to move. What is that appearance of the shadow of the patio that's outside inside? You're understanding what is projection of light. This is demonic. This is engineered light. And the entity is engaging in vibrating the ground while Union Pacific, documenting criminal conduct. And what do you see? The entity is stalking by aircraft. All right, it's the same conduct, amplifying plane activity, amplifying train activity, stalking in an airplane. And what do you have right over my head? Right here, there's a fake sun. Second of all, not only am I showing you, first of all, what is impossible with regard to what is understanding the engineered light, and you can see it through what is the demented posture of the shadows as they appear. It's leaning forward into the building. That's impossible light that you're witnessing. Also, you're also understanding what is not sunlight. While this light source, while I'm capturing the fake sun that's over me at the Fontana Lewis Library, the light source is not over Mercy House at 435 South Bonneville. That is light activity that's not occurring while the entity is keeping the fake sun over the Fontana Lewis Library. It's not over Fontana Lewis Library and the same time over what is this patio area right over my head at 435 South Bonneville. This is how you're understanding what's intentional with regard to activity creation. You also know it's intentional when it's vibrating the ground inside of the building. That's called sensational, that's demonic. It's pursuant to what is the maintenance of an environment. It's a demonic environment and serving a criminal purpose. And what I also want to speak to is the entity is stalking by train. That's audible activity. It's demonic as they use it as a method of stalking with audible activity. It is occurring while the entity is focusing on where I'm at, and you know that it's focused because the light source is right here. This impossible light is in there. This is all engineered light, but I'm speaking to what's common sense. While the fake sun is over the roof, with the entity goes out of its way to keep it over Fontana Lewis Library, while I'm going to Fontana as of late, there is going to be no light that's appearing inside. First of all, it's not going to appear, period. That's impossible, I'm showing you. But second of all, the light source is over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library. It remains there all day long. That's how I'm able to capture after 6 o'clock in the evening. This is stalking with a light source. This is Ontario. This is 435 South Bonneville. This is Mercy House. That's Union Pacific engaging in what is activity creation under the fake sun, surrounded with evidence. That's a prosecution. The entity is stalking repeatedly and concentrating plane activity where I am. This is what I showed you in images yesterday at the Ontario Museum, where you see the fake sun right there over me, where the entity is doing nothing other than making a U-turn right there over me. Where you see today at the Ontario Town Square, where the fake sun is right over me as I remain at Ontario Town Square, the entity stalking by airplane, making a U-turn right over me. That was FedEx. Where you see UPS right here, where the fake sun is right here over me, making a U-turn right here in front of me. That's stalking by airplanes. That's what the entity is doing. By the way, this is common sense where I'm showing you the entity stalking by helicopter. I am breaking down what is the stalking conduct by an entity that is monitoring these demons, because that's what he is. He's a demon. He's got a demon on him, and this is criminalization of the demonic activity that he's engaging in with the government, pacing in and out while the entity creates what's directed light and activity creation, acting in concert with the demons, using trains and planes to create audible activity. The employees and the minions that are here on the grounds at Mercy House are engaging in what is state surveillance. And by the way, 11:43 a.m. is the current time. Let's reference when I'm on Route 66 at 11:36 a.m. or while I'm still coming from what is Chino, while I am coming from I went to Pomona, and then I went to Upland, and then I went to the Fontana Lewis Library, and I'm on public transit right now. Let's recall this, but let it go. We can just go to yesterday. I remain at the Fontana Lewis Library. That's not over this property, and also you're not going to have any of that light activity while the fake sun is over the Fontana Lewis Library. But see, this is what's supposed to be the form for directed light, and that's how you're breaking it down. First of all, that's not the sun. It's impossible. Second of all, that's not even sunlight, and you're using your common sense. While the entity is keeping a sun, which is why you document over Fontana Lewis Library and Fontana, that's not going to be light that's supposedly coming from a sun if you're disregarding documentation. That's now over 435 South Bonneville. The same venue, by the way, where I'm showing you on March 14, 2022, this is where the entity was rising a light source over me as I stood here and remained here for hours. This is all manner of the pattern of conduct. It's 11:44 a.m. This is stalking with the light source. This is P.O.C. This is state surveillance. And as I showed you on video, they're monitoring while my panties are down. The entity using plane activity, amplifying inside of the bathroom, waiting until my underwear are pulled down around down my legs to engage in what is sexually offensive, audible activity creation, placing me under surveillance, and doing so while monitoring my documentation. The fact that I am aware of their pattern of conduct, I'm publishing it and documenting it, the entity engaging what is sexually offensive elements of monitoring, creating audible activity while my genitalia is exposed. That's the sex offender that is Mercy House, the people of the state. All right, and that's a demon that's laughing. Okay, I want to be clear on that. That's you're dealing with Satan right now. This is that's a psychopath. That's a sex offender. It's 11:45 a.m. and this is the absence of any light source over the Fontana Lewis Library. The demons that are the Fontana Police Department stalking in the path at that venue. All right, the entity keeping a fake sun while I'm at the Ontario Mills at the Ontario Airport, and the entity's keeping that light source. It's state surveillance. This is POC.